Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today's reading, okay, first I'll just show you what I'm going to use. We're going to go with the Weird World Lenormand Oracle. We're going to use Mermaids and Dolphins and the Light Seers Tarot. And so I saw the Light Seers first, and then it went to Weird, and then I saw the Dolphins, and the Dolphins kind of showed me with the previous reading about how it kind of mentioned about like being trapped, like The Cove got brought up, which is an awful documentary, but Spirit kind of showed me someone feeling trapped and isolated and not really having the support system to like break free. When I did a little bit of shuffling, ooh, gross. Yeah, gross. Ugh, I don't like that energy. So snakes and rats kind of came out, and in the reading a couple days ago, there was like someone in it, I wanted to be like, you're a rat bastard, you're a sneaky rat bastard. So what are they showing me? So then Spirit kind of showed me that there's like snakes and rats in a home environment. And the message that when the guides came in and the clairaudience kicked in was, I heard, have you been taking care of your home energetically? Have you been cleaning up your home energetics? And so that's as much as the message I got. So let's shake up more and see what wants to come out. And you know what? Where is it? I actually feel like I need to grab one more deck. Okay, because I'm like, if we're dealing with like snakes and rats and liars and cheaters and all these things, and if this is kind of happening under the roof, that means that it's something that you've allowed into your energy, allowed into your inner circle, and you haven't listened to your guides and intuition that have been like, danger, red flag, this. So especially when it comes to the mice, they're very, well, I'm hearing 3 blind mice right now. They're very blind. They only see kind of what they're focused on, and so there's a lot of chatter, a lot of scurrying, and it just, you never quite see things happening as it's, every time you look, all it is just like scurrying, like, I don't know, or you hear something. But then one day Spirit's gonna like take the veil, and behind the wall, like they've eaten away all the wires and in fact the whole wall, right? That's what I'm kind of seeing. They've destroyed and caused destruction to your foundation. So we're gonna bring in the guardians of the night. There's lots of snakes and rats and all those things that people are scared to face. Because if this is in your home environment and you've kind of allowed it to come in and energetically, as it said, destroy your foundation, that's going to affect every single area of your life. And you've gotten the red flag. You must have gotten a red flag because like you go to the store and there's tons of mice traps. There's so many different kinds to choose from, right? There's the humane ones to the very aggressive ones. And so obviously it's a problem for most people. So when you see mice in your house, you're not like, oh, no problem. You know there's a problem. And I just shuffled and it was, oh my God, there it is. There, it's the death card. So there's the white owl taking away the mouse. And when I saw it, it was in the middle of the deck. So for it to actually come out so smooth and clearly to the bottom, it's like there needs to be a death in this situation or you're going to take the loss. You're going to lose the stability. Look at all these like evil eyes in the background, behind the walls, behind the veil. And this mouse, I'm actually feeling really sad for all of a sudden. Because I feel like the bird is spirit and then the mouse is you. And so it's like you are in a community where you're like, well, that's just how we are. That's just how we operate. But there's a consciousness to this one. So you're kind of showing me like Ratatouille. And like, it's like you have a higher consciousness, like you have a higher purpose, a bigger meaning. You're not meant to just run on a hamster wheel and, you know, try to solve puzzles, because they're showing me now like laboratory mice. And so it's like, you always showed that you were smarter than this, that you were better than this. So for this to actually infiltrate your home, I'm hearing is like the biggest betrayal of all, because it's those who you trusted. And because you trusted that, it has now gone within you, into your psyche, and you can't trust yourself anymore. Whew. I just got confirmation. Whew. Damn. Okay, so I don't even know what the question is. Let's just pull out the cards. Okay, so first let's just pull out the fear. Right, we got light to come in on this. We've got the entrapment. But what is it that, like, for the viewer, the sneaky snakes. So there's a snake and there's mice. So there's one energy that is so distinctly different than the others. And I feel like the snake, though, snakes can be healing, but in this story, I don't feel like it's healing. It's poison. Poison. That girl is poison. Okay. Ooh, that girl is majorly poison. Oh my God. Especially if this is happening in a home environment. That's what I'm seeing. And so, first one to come out was 3 of Wands. So we have this one bird trying, like right there. There's one here, and then there's one kind of showing off. This one I get is like a masculine energy, and this masculine's like, look at me, look what I can do. I'm so this, blah, blah, blah. There's a moon up here, so it's all illusion and whatnot. And so they're trying to like impress this one. And this one's just quiet. And I'm hearing that like annoying, quiet, demure thing. I don't know why that bugs me. Why is that bugging? Because it's a lie in this one. That's why. I'm like, because there's the moon and it's not. So there seems to be like showing and giving attention to this quiet thing. And this quiet thing is like, as it said, that girl is poison. So I'm seeing someone put on this like really sweet, like, oh, like, but behind closed doors, are they the snake? Are they the mice? No. I feel like in this story, I don't know, let's just continue on. Okay, so what am I trying to almost say? I feel like whoever the viewer is, it's like they're the mouse energy, right? They had that death card with the higher consciousness, and it's like supposed to like kind of grow and evolve past whatever level it is, right? To get yourself out of that experiment, out of that rat race. Ooh, the rat race. And so people are stuck on their little hamster wheels, and this person knows better than they know about the rat race. They know about consciousness and going within and like creating really cool things. And so for some reason they took that and they threw all this energy at this one person that I guess in their mind was the Empress energy, right? Very calm, very demure, very whatever all that is. And it's not, because the next one to come out was, both of these are in reverse. We have the 6 of Cups. Like they chose to come and share their cup and link up. And the ancestors in the background, it almost like, I feel like it put like, I'm seeing someone like be on their journey on their wheel and someone put like a spoke in it. So not only are they stuck in the karmic cycle of the rat race, I feel like in the rat race, they're not even doing good, because the next one to come out also in reverse was the 10 of Pentacles, right? Being a busy bee, getting everything fulfilled, right? Going from flower to flower, and like, that's what there's something about nature and nurture. And they just, I don't know. I guess in this one, this energy is a little bit naive, or not naive. I'm almost getting, and there's like a theme kind of coming through this week. And it's misogyny. It's It's like guys just thinking that, you know, like they're the shit and like whatever they bring can just like impress anyone. And so they didn't even take time to like vet this bird and see like what's gonna happen. They just kind of like went in and like gave their cup, thinking like, well, that's what women do. Women just take care of you. And it's almost like I keep getting like back to ancestors. Over here, I almost felt like the ancestors and the connection was strong, but once it was received to the wrong person, it like they slowed. They were like, no, 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 no. It's almost like I'm hearing. It's almost like a cartoon at the beginning when they like start the show and it's like and it gets faster and faster and faster, and then all of a sudden it's like click 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 click, and then the show comes on. I'm hearing that sound when things are like speeding up, but then it's almost at the end where it's slowing down. It's like a distorted something like that. And so all of a sudden it was like that connection or something got weird. And because everything got weird, the hive mentality. So I'm seeing like a beehive. I'm seeing a network system, right? In the hive, everybody takes care of everyone in the community. And like, they keep showing me, I don't even know where I heard the story, but it was like in this one beehive, someone was like going through it and they accidentally got a bit of honey coated on a couple of the bees. And so they thought, you know, they're going to die. But rather than just like let them die, they took the bees out because they disturbed the hive while the hive was outside. So once they took these ones that were like drowning in the coating of honey, they took it outside. They all started to like clean them and like take everything off them. And in doing so, like saved everything, right? It was that hive mentality. So I'm seeing this hive mentality and thinking that that's the partnership that they're showing off for. But it turning out to be like just a bunch of mice that are just like causing chaos, the rat race, the rat-faced bastards. That's who it is. So they chose, rather than like the hive community and like healing, honey is so healing for you. And that's what I'm hearing now. I'm hearing the term honey, like you know how you just like, oh, like honey, just a term of endearment. And so giving that to someone who they just didn't even check into, right? Major illusions. And that's because they only were like, I'm the best, look what I am. And so this person pumped up their ego and whatnot. So when I came on to do the readings a couple days ago, I had been getting a couple downloads for a while, and I thought that those were going to be kind of the ones to come up to the surface. And good news, like they're kind of fun, they're kind of happy, like they're very inspiring. I'm like, I can't wait to share those ones because there was lots of cool synchronicities to get up to it. So when I sat there, I was kind of shocked to have that one reading come out where I just got really, really uber freaking annoyed with the masculine energy in it. Again, it was like very misogynistic. It's like they didn't even think or consider or whatever it is. And so now they have like their own karma to play out. Like they ended contracts with you. There was a soul something, but they couldn't see past their own ego, and their ego is so bruised. But because they were an ego and they chose to go, they didn't want to evolve the consciousness, right? So the hive, they're not part of the hive. And the real question is who was the right queen bee to give the cup to? And so right now I was like, why did this come out? Like it's been kind of annoying me. I really don't like that energy, but I feel like this energy has come through in like quite a few readings, and it made sense. Yesterday was around the darkest day of the year, right? So the things that are like really dark are coming to the upfront. And I always see this channel as like learning from your mistakes and growing forward, taking accountability for whatever it is. Sometimes you can even be blinded to your own shadow. It's so hard to actually like take a look at the shadow. In order to look at the shadow, like you need to take a step back and you need to just let things be. Let everything fall where they're meant to be. Let everyone go do karmically whatever it is that they want, right? And don't let it dictate your worth. Because in the one reading, it said they were in a karmic contract before you. They were in a karmic contract with you. They're in a karmic contract after you. The only thing that changed was while you guys were together, you kept doing the work and growing, and you had like hopes and dreams and things you wanted to go do. And so you grew apart, and that was the whole why. And there is no why other than they're very egotistical people. Like I think the hard thing to see in this is they didn't see you. They didn't see you. They didn't see your light. They didn't, in like very few, select few, they saw the light. And then that's even worse, to know that you're treating that person and you know that that light is, I don't know. It was like, kept talking about reflections, right? So that's them putting, you could feel like you're trying to stab that person with whatever energetic that is, like a competition. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be the chosen one. I'm the prize. Well, you're not the prize, and no one is the prize. In this, the only thing that would have been a prize is to actually have people coming together, that the ancestors divinely guided to share and communicate and just be open and authentic, to bring those two hearts together to create. And that didn't happen. So a lot of this, the main thing was like, I saw someone kind of like, it was the why that got them so tripped up. Like, well, maybe they'll come back. Maybe this, maybe that. And it was like, no, you had to take yourself and remove yourself. And I feel like once you remove yourself, you realize that you were in that toxicness as well. But for some reason, when I did that, I wanted to say the word Nick, and I don't know why. Maybe that's a message for someone, because nothing else is coming through with that. But yeah, I felt the guide come in, and I don't know, I was supposed to share that. Whatever, something to do with the name Nick. That might be for someone. But toxicness, what was I talking about before that? Because now I'm kind of distracted on why I couldn't figure out more to this name. I heard Old Saint Nick because it's almost Christmas time, but then I also heard in the nick of time. Time. What about time? Let's go into the weird world, because what I'm getting is like they thought they still had time. They thought they had all this, that they could go out and be whatever, and for some in this case they saw the light, and that's the worst one. That's the ones that are like getting more karma because they knew. But the last reading was like, get yourself out of it. Like they didn't choose you. They didn't want to come correctly and authentically, and I don't know, it was a game, right? It's trophies and prizes, and you're not a trophy and you're not a prize. And so that's where we have Tower in reverse. They're stuck. They're stuck in a very toxic karmic loop. I keep hearing someone like wishing that it's over, that it would end, but it's not going to end. It's because of the inner child. There was a little bit of something to go back and save the inner child. And as long as the inner child is not there, it's not, you're going to be stuck, stagnant, and stalled. So there will be no reversals for these, but somebody gave their cup, somebody dismissed somebody treated someone like garbage, and it was almost like that hive mentality. Somebody tried to kick almost the queen bee out of the hive, and rather than treat them with respect and kindness and provide protection, they're showing me the scene where if those bees went outside, it was an illusion, right? In this one, there's that moon. This one's a wasp. This one's not a queen bee. This is a wasp. So in that, rather than like protecting the one that should have been protected and saving them and just holding space in that moment when they saw them struggling. That's the thing, to see someone struggling and then be like, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna choose wasps and I'm gonna be like, guess what, wasps? And then all these motherfucking wasps came over and attacked this queen bee energy. Oh, those little dirty. That just adds up. Oh my gosh, that's awful. And they're thinking they're the shit, the bee's knees, but really they're just like a bunch of mice. They're just like destructive and chaotic. And they kept being like, I have this connection or this intuition or this consciousness, but they used, it's almost like a dark empath. It's like someone who can feel your energy and things, but then they manipulate it. Yeah, it's like, and that's, there was trust broken, they're showing. Because, it's going back to this 3 of Wands. So this person was in a relationship with someone like this, building something like this. But it kind of hurt their ego, and they had to feel like too open and emotional. Maybe their guy friends were like, you've changed, you're weak, you're whipped. Oh, you're whipped? Oh my God, is that what really got them to treat someone like shit? Was their stupid friends in the background being like, you're whipped? Well, no fucking shit, because this person is worthy. This person is like the person that I'm going to go home and build with. And they're going to show me kindness and compassion. And we're going to build all these things together. And at the end of the day, when everything crumbles, the foundation and stability will be like... That's it, stability, foundation and stability. It's going to be strong. It's going to be abundant. And so I almost see someone be like, no, I'm not whipped. I'm not whatever. And then so they kept engaging in this energy of like, I'm the fucking shit, but they really weren't. And so the more and more everyone, he would kind of like give this energy to this, people like, I don't know, he just saw it as like he was a weak, frail man, but it was his vulnerability and the ability to, I feel like crying, to be honest. That's so sad. But I'm also, people have free will. And the gossip and the thing. So now it's almost showing like where it was the ancestors, and the ancestors were like, dude, you gave it to the wasps. When it was in the upright, these ones were like the friends in the background. See, they see them being happy, and it's like, well, you're supposed to be as dull and gray as us and lifeless, but we see that you're kind of like that consciousness, right? They're a little bit smarter, and it's like, well, shit, they finally found that person who is equally matched, equally yoked, and we don't like it. So they kept putting like those things in their head. And so this person was like, oh, I'm not an elephant. I'm a rat. I'm a rat. And so it's almost like they chose to like de-evolve. They're like, I know better, but I still choose not to, which is what the other one was all about. It was all about going for the Goblin Queen, where they seem to have more money and resources. And so to this person, they're very superficial and very whatever. You see over here in the cups, there's like all these like lotuses coming out, and it's like growing through your adversity. The dark things within you becomes your strength. So it's like this masculine who's in his ego likes to show that he's really tough, right? It's almost like a bully mentality, right? Bullies are the most insecure people that ever walked the earth, right? They had something happen to them, and rather than deal with their shame or insecurity, they're like, I'm gonna manipulate and overpower other people. And so they never got that softness. So what did Spirit show? There's the tower moment, because they chose the wasp. There comes that tower moment. That's when they realized, oh shit, I have taken away all my blessings. And then the scythe, it came to the lilies, which kind of gave me that lotus growing cup energy. The child, the inner child was abandoned / sacrificed for superficial things. And then it ends on the mountain. The mountain has blocked and stagnated and caused the biggest obstacle. This person thought that, you know, this tower kind of came and like flung this person, was like, no, like, get the fuck out of here kind of energy. You think you're in control of all of this and that you're the one rocking whatever, but it's like Spirit says the only thing that has power over everything is Mother Nature. And Mother Nature, it talked about nature and nurture earlier. You didn't choose nurture or nature. You chose greed and the superficial things. And so that's where the tower came. And it's almost like that ability to connect to Mother Nature and to grow with the hive. Like, community is so important, but who the hell are you aligning with? Snakes and rats and everything like that. And so the scythe, I almost got someone being stuck in a repetitive loop and cycle and be like, please, can this end? Please, can this end? And Spirit's like, no. Like, you're not doing any of the soul growth. You're not learning peace. You're not learning how to even be a good person. I almost see someone thinking that they're the shit, and then one day waking up covered in shit and being like, what? When did I become the problem? And I'm hearing from Spirit say, you were always the problem. You were the problem once you gave up on that inner child. And you continue to go on and do things without lack or care or heart. And so it puts you in a cycle that trapped you. We have explore your options in reverse. So that if there is no options, this person thought that, you know, they were going around and like calling out all these birds, and I'm almost seeing like, you know how in Mother Nature, because that seems to be the main thing that's important here, is when it comes to birds, it's the feminine who's like more muted because she needs to be protected. And whatever this masculine, whoever they had their cup for before, they were meant to like cherish and nurture and protect this energy so that they could be in their feminine energy of receiving. And so that they could, I'm almost seeing it, right? Here's 3 of Wands. And then 6 of Cups is all about like memories and childhood nostalgia. And so I'm being drawn to these 3. I feel like they were supposed to protect them and nurture them and provide for them. And so that they could get into their feminine energy. And in that feminine energy, that's where they bring forth creation. So maybe they were supposed to have like a family or something, a birth of a project, an idea, whatever it was going to thrive and support the whole community. Mind, body, soul, for legacies, that when these 2 energies filled each other's cup, and it's almost like that's what I'm seeing here is, oh yeah, okay, so we have dream big, and they're like resting. And so in this dream state time, this one says, let go of small thoughts about yourself, see yourself succeeding. So it's almost like that's what I see as the feminine energy. So when the feminine energy would kind of like go into this like meditative, going through the depths of the psyche, right? The moon brings the water and the motion. So it's like the masculine was supposed to hold space for this, and so that they could almost like get the answer, the mysterious answer, right? The high priestess, to go within and get the answers for whatever it is that was supposed to go forward. And so it's almost like I see them kind of be in their peace or their meditation, or even while sleeping, and be like, well, I'm not gonna be around, like I'm not gonna protect you. And so while this person was like kind of working on this partnership of how can we grow, how can we, right? And the feminine energy, they didn't have their defenses up and they got attacked. And the thing that really pisses me off in this story I'm hearing is like, they attacked this feminine's inner child while she was sleeping or down or healing, praying, meditating, something. And then they went back to the community and they chirped to all the other birds that they thought were going to be a better value person. And remember, these are wasps, not queen bees. And they let the wasps know that this feminine energy was vulnerable, and they attacked it and then sent it into reverse. And so, yeah, they made this one look like a not ideal. They made this one look like they were wasps and that this was the queen bee. So then this bird trying to show off, they're very egotistical and stupid. Oh yeah, this one was like, you're being helped in reverse. That was with that feminine, right? They were supposed to help her. All they had to do was provide a little bit of safety so that they could navigate whatever it was that this water, this dark depth of whatever this was, right? No mud, no lotus. It's like they were in this middle of this like transformation phase, and they got sideswiped. And so that's why I feel like with that one story, the feminine was like, why? Like I went, when I was there, things were good. Things to my face, my heart, everything was good. And then I kind of went within to get the answer. And then when I came back, I was abandoned. And so in that story, the feminine energy needed to leave. Be like, they chose that one, right? They did not ever hold time or space for me. And so there was a story of codependence kind of coming through. And in that codependence, the masculine was like, this feminine's way too needy for me. Like, I can't deal with their freaking emotional outbreaks. And they were just like, dude, why weren't you there for me? And like to actually be accountable for something like that, they were just like, I can't deal with it. They're emotional. And so they just like disregarded them and their feelings and made them, right? They go back to the birds and chirp. And then so that community started attacking and sending all these things. And so the feminine, I see, remove. Right? Because you're not just going to sit there, be weak and vulnerable, because you're never weak and vulnerable. And the only person who I see weak in this is that masculine energy who needs to like showboat to get the energy, because they never learned self-respect within. They don't respect themselves. And so for this feminine, I felt like maybe they respected you. They have so much respect for this bird because they were a little bit bamboozled, hoodwinked. And it's funny, you got hoodwinked, but in the Queen of Goblins one, whatever it was that they chose over you, you got hoodwinked, but they got hooks in them. And these hooks deplete them. Their energy, like, they don't even have time to focus on you or to care about you or anything. And yeah. Like, they've got to go and they got to go rescue their inner child. They've got to go figure out what their values and beliefs are. They've got to leave the most toxic situation of their lives. And so I'm getting a little bit of like, I wished that the one feminine that they rejected would help them, but it's not in the cards. It's for them to do it a solo mission. And everything that they should have conquered with the first feminine, they should have had help. They should have had team and support for everything. And instead now they have someone who like is drilling holes in their boat every time. And so, yeah, the inner child is just crushed in all of this. It's like, how did I give up all my hopes and dreams for this? How did I become such a schmuck? And I'm seeing schmuck as in muck, no mud, no lotus, but this person's not, they are schmuck and they're stuck in the muck and they're not that light that they were supposed to reach for has dimmed, because now it's just that light isn't an option anymore. There was a timeline, a shift that should have happened. All you had to do was provide space and support for this feminine. And it says like right here, let go of small thoughts. They were in the middle of like healing or a transition of something, and it's almost like this masculine, all they had to do was let go of a tiny thought. There was a little bit of a thought that kind of got into their head that was like, I want to say red flag, but it was never a red flag to them. It's all the wasps and the snakes and the everyone else who was like, that's a red flag, and they were like, what, and then they allowed them to chatter out their ear and wreck everything. They wrecked everything. It's such a superficial environment. And I think, okay, so when I was doing my, like, what I thought was going to come through, I was like, yeah, there's all these like really cool things to come. And when that one came, it sideswiped me so much. I was like, how, this energy wasn't even on my radar. Like, it's not even a blip. And so it kind of showed timeline shifts and splits. And people are being separated. There is like an energy. Just let everyone go to where they're meant to be. Don't try and force someone to come to your side. Don't try to go where they are. You go where your intuition calls you. And when the scales are balanced, everyone will be on the right side that they're meant to be on. So karma. Ooh. Karma's good, and karma can be bad. It's whatever is within you, and if you're not going to go within and do the soul work, if it's always going to be like, that person's at fault, they're the reason it keeps you stuck. It keeps you being a schmuck. What am I hearing? Oh, I'm seeing that movie, Dinner for Schmucks. So maybe that's what like this masculine energy thought of this feminine. Oh, by the end, I think that's what they thought of this feminine energy, right? Oh, whatever. Like, let them go. They're big baby kind of energy. We can do better without them. They're not cool enough to be part of the cool kids, and then having like that be thrown back in their face and be like, damn, like we suck. All of us that are the wasps and the everything, we suck. And I see the other energy that kept going like, why didn't they just provide the protection like the soul contract called for them to do? And it's because they're weak. For this one feminine energy that just, or I guess it could be masculine, it could be a feminine in whichever role, right? It's just energy. But for whoever was so weak that they just couldn't even just, I'm almost seeing like, just go home and be happy. Like, think about it. Do you want to continue to build anything with that type of person? You really don't. And so you need to take your power back and your self-respect and heal and grow, because there's really cool downloads to come. But Spirit kept showing me that we're in the darkest days right now of the year. And there is a need to shake everything out. No matter what part of this story you are, I'm sure there's some shadow work for you to go within and be like, how can I wake up tomorrow and be happier with myself every day? They're really bringing it to this. It's this dream big energy. Oh, I did pull out some light seers, and I got Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is kind, compassionate. She's a businesswoman. She does know how to use her heart too. She's been through a lot of it. And like, look at her. She's just sitting there with her eyes closed, and she's dreaming about the successes and the fortunes and the everything, her community and her hive that she's being drawn to. Maybe if you did find yourself with wasps, you can obviously get yourself out of it, but you have to do the work. You have to do the soul growth and the questions. And sometimes when you go within the dark, you're going to find things about yourself that you don't like. And you're going to not be ashamed of it. You're going to be like, I understand why I acted that way. I wish I didn't. I probably would act that way again, but here's what I learned from it. Because if you're not learning from it, that's when you're stuck in the toxic cycle. It doesn't matter what decision you make at any point in time, but if you don't learn from it right away and you keep telling yourself and surrounding yourself with yes people who are like, no, you're not toxic. Oh no, like you're perfect. Dude, those people don't want you to grow and continue to succeed. I'm seeing a group of really shitty people, and everyone knowing that they're shitty people, going home and talking shit about them all the time. Do you know what so and so did? And it's just exhausting. And rather than like focusing on yourself and your dreams and working on that, you're stuck. And I just keep seeing someone think they're the shit, but now being piled in shit. But look, here's the Queen of Pentacles, and she's a businesswoman, success, whatever, right? Home, community, legacy. And I don't know why legacy just seems to be the thing. Someone really thought that they would get ahead without this one person, that this one person was irrelevant, but then realizing it's that ability to go within and check, right? She's going within. Here's the younger version of them. And I feel like they were supposed to help this younger version, and they saw her as like, well, I'm not going to help them. Look at them, defenseless. And Spirit's like, they're not defenseless. In fact, they were very powerful, but we wanted you to hold space for them so that they could just do this one thing, and you didn't do it. And so they did it without you, and they know how to go within and internally navigate things. So you continue to grow, you continue to blossom and stand firm and tall like a tree, right? Rooted. I'm Groot. Rooted and grounded. And I feel like things are going to come to you. That's what it did. It bossed you up. They're kind of showing that. They're showing the younger version and her getting attacked and scarred and taken advantage of. But then with those scars, it kind of, it's almost like a tree and like shaking that tree. And each time that you got like ruffled or rustled, it like, right, made you grow stronger, made you root down even more, believe in yourself, believe in your light. This young divine one needed protection. A spirit keeps saying she didn't need protection. We let you have the opportunity to step into your masculine role for control. There's a lion and a lamb energy. And you can go out and you can be the cocky, most egotistical, loudest roaring lion, but you are weak. You are not the top of the food chain like you thought you were. It was for you to show and go within to your heart and learn to control yourself. That was your greatest strength. And so you thought that they were dependent on you, but really they were giving you an opportunity. I'm almost here to redeem your soul, because you were lying and chattering with these wasps. And you knew that they were attacking her. What do I feel? I feel something in my eyes, in the back. It's balanced. I was like, is it past energy? Is it future energy? It's balanced in the present right now. And I'm just hearing everything is balanced and karmic justice will play out. But I keep getting drawn to like the feminine. I don't know, it's just kind of like, why would you settle for someone like that? Why would you let this person take your peace of mind and take it any longer than they ever deserved? They didn't treat you with respect, kindness, or anything. And so I think that's like for like women, like we gotta stop romanticizing these assholes and these douchebags and accepting all this misogynistic douchebaggery. Like, you know what you want. And so when they come to you and you accept less, that's you showing yourself that you don't care, but you do care. And then you get hurt. And then I feel like later I see you trying to talk and in doing that, getting shut down. You're always emotional, you're always this, you're something. And so I feel like just let go of that and go heal. I feel, oh, that's the message. Thank you. Yes, in the past, they were meant to protect and provide safety and stability for you. But in a sense, as it showed, you didn't need that, but you had your guard down because they offered it like that you were in this fun, happy, it was love. And you kind of let your guard down. And so you trusted that they would provide and protect you. It's that protect, not provide. They did not need to provide for you. They needed to protect you. And they didn't protect you. And they took your innocence and just let people, just like destroy your reputation. Ooh. And so from that, I'm seeing it's like you never needed them. So now take what they were supposed to give you, you stand on your feet and you provide that for you now. I'm seeing you be very balanced in both the masculine and the feminine energy. And you can pull out whatever it is that you need when you need it. But then in future coming back, I feel like you get to go back into the feminine energy again. Because there's a little bit of lessons for boundaries. Because this person, again, in the past reading, it was like you were so quick to believe their lies. And you felt the lies. You felt that they were off. So this is, quite a longer reading. I don't know. It's been kind of like coming up in bubbles. And I keep talking to my guides. I'm like, when can we get to those ones though? Right? It's that like one song, can we skip to the good part? Ooh, what's this? Cool. Okay. Yeah, can we skip to the good part? And then Spirit's like, no, like we can't do it yet because there's still some who are teetering on the fence that they haven't chosen a side. And that's like, that's been a message for a couple months. Like when you see injustice happen, when you see like karmic scales and you see others mistreating and trying to gain off another, but you never speak up for it, I feel like people keep being like, that's not my problem. And it is your problem because you saw it. Spirit brought it to your awareness, right? It wouldn't have existed. You wouldn't have seen it. You wouldn't have experienced it. So for you to watch something, see injustice and never speak out about it, it's almost like you choose the negative side. So it could be someone like of the light, right? They're trying to be like this positive, good person. Like, I don't want to ruffle feathers, but by not standing up, not speaking your truth and being authentic when Spirit is really guiding you to stand up or protect someone who's innocently being attacked. I'm seeing a lot of people think, well, I didn't do anything, so I'm free of karma. But Spirit's saying like, that's not how karma works. By you choosing nothing, we're going to default you as it's almost like a blank card. And they keep showing me that you're a mold, that whatever is closest to you in proximity, whatever their karma and energy is, it's like you've absorbed their karma. So if you are on the fence and you see someone being picked on, you don't do that. You're taking on the karma of the darker person, the darker energy. Is there what? Like, I don't know. I've never heard that before, but that's what they're showing. It's almost like an imprint. And it's because you didn't choose to think for yourself. You now get the karma of someone else. And that's that wasp hive mentality. The queen bee and all that was all about like, how can we all support each other and have roles and work together and thrive? And the wasp one, whereas the other one I hear thrive, I'm hearing that one attacks and imitates and tries to replicate, but really it's stuck in survive. So there's thrive and survive. And so for this one feminine energy, again, I see you coming back to your hive because you were a bee all along, and so you can't hang out with wasps and expect not to get stung. And let people choose whatever it is that they want, because here we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Look at what's on that freaking card. The snake? That's what I first saw. It's every single creepy crawly. There's no mouse on this though. And okay, so the next one to come out, stuck in reverse, was Judgment. It's that snake leaving its skin, and look, it's golden, right? It's like, in some aspects, snakes can be healthy, right? Growing old beliefs, values, right? Fine-tuning your values, learning from your lessons. But this is in reverse. That no one is shedding skin in this, and this Wheel of Fortune is stuck. It's stuck and stalled, and at the center of it is this snake that's all coiled up. And when you least expect it, we got King of Swords. When you least expect it, it's going to come out and it's going to bite. It's going to release its poison, because I almost see someone with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. In the upright, right, it should flow clockwise. It should continue and continue and continue. But this person's like avoiding accountability. So they're trying to like rewind it. And the more and more they rewind it, it's like things get tighter and tighter. It's like one of those wind up cars. And this snake is just sitting there and it's like ready to bite you. And it's like, do, 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 do. And that's what I feel like. These are a bunch of clowns. And they're going to get bit. And what is that? Jack in the Box. When I think of Jack in the Box, I don't know, I'm getting like clown trickster energy. Joker, that's it. Joker energy. And so the trick's on you, because I feel like, especially when it comes to the Joker, it's just playing. It's all jokes. But a lot of people joke to hide their emotional vulnerability. And that was the whole thing with this egotistical, misogynistic energy in this, was they couldn't be vulnerable. They needed to be like, I'm the man. And these aren't men, these are little boys. And so let them hang out in the wasp nest if that's where they want to be. They're going to forever be stuck in the rat race. They're going to be looking at others and be like, oh, so-and-so got this. Oh, we're better than them. Oh, but we got this. And it's like, all they're going to do was like compare and tear each other down. It's sad. But you're free. If you can let it go, if you can do your shadow work. I feel like they did go, ooh, that's what I want to get to. So yeah, get yourself out of this karmic thing. Don't keep standing on there holding on to, yeah, but at one time it was this. Yes, it was, but then it turned into this, and they would throw you to the wolves, right? If you had only heard about how much gossip they talked about you behind your back, is what Spirit's saying, you would dead that situation. You would take off. You would be like, see ya, suckers. I feel like, I don't know why that keeps coming through, but it's like all these negative eyes and things. It's like you need to get out of there. You need to go. And they're trapped by their own creation, their own evil eyes and jealousy. But I keep trying to get to this one point because I'm not using the right deck. That's what they keep saying. I was like, why does it just keep spiraling down? And it's like, because I would like to share. We have Clover in reverse. But what I wanted to share was the good news that's supposed to be coming. But Spirit's like, we can't get to the good news until you do the shadow work. And what do we got? We got Ring. Are they all in reverse? No. We got Ring and Bouquet. Yeah, There was no love in this. There was never going to be a partnership or commitment or anything. Like, they denied you. They did not choose you. They did not want you. They chose a crossroads. These two were in reverse. Crossroads, no, it was in the upright. This is a pivotal moment. And in the other one, they chose a different contract. So for you to keep standing at a crossroads and waiting for them to choose you, that choosing, that I want you to choose me, is you wanting to be a trophy. And you're more than a trophy. You're this like divine feminine who brings creation forth, right? You're the one that brings forth the legacy and the stability and the family, the kids, the everything that's to come. And so that's not your person. That's not your legacy. There's something new coming. So don't stand at the crossroads. There's a need to look at the crossroads. And I almost feel like, what do I feel? Sorry, what's going on? Those are the two images I got, and like they kind of look the same. It's like things squawking in their face, right? Someone listened to other people and got in their head, and over here, so this is Two of Swords. This is not being able to see, not being able to make a decision, having no peace of mind. And then over here, Four of Wands is all about stability and contentment. Like, look, they're looking up. Is that the sun or the moon? It's the moon in this one. They're all gonna be moon because it's nighttime. Duh. Whatevs. Do you know I see this one as? Whereas these ones are chattering and these ones are like attacking and there's no peace of mind. These ones are like being at home and be like, you know, you get home and it's like all day you deal with these freaking annoying ass birds, and you finally like get through your like sanctuary, right? You go through that door, and I almost feel like that's what that portal is. Like, you go into your place and like the outside world doesn't exist, and in this inside world is where like all this beauty and like abundance and like support and community kind of sits. And I'm being drawn to this Queen of Pentacles, how she's holding a circle. And then when I went to these ones, I saw the ring as a circle, and then I saw a circle on the flower pot. Someone didn't give you your flowers, but someone did not want to give you your props or your flowers. They saw you in your feminine energy and saw it as weak and decided, I don't want anything to do with that. They're too emotional. They're too, I'm hearing gross. Ugh, feelings, gross. So they went with someone who kind of gave more of that false illusion of like, I'm hearing seductive energy. It was based more on sex and superficial things like that, I guess, yeah. No, yeah and no. This person was like, I can't do anything on my own, whereas they didn't want the other one, right? They were supposed to protect the one who was in that contemplation healing state. And because they were healing, they saw them as vulnerable, and they were like, and needy. And so they were like, ew, you need me? Like, I'm not gonna help you. Like, get off me, woman, kind of energy. Like, ugh, fuck off. That's what they're showing me. And then so they go to this other one, and the other one's just like, I'm just too innocent and cute. I don't know what to do. And they're like, I'll come in and help you. And then, but really, that fake little kid energy one was like weaving a web. And it was just this spider waiting to like capture the moment. And that's when the contracts changed. The Goblin Queen got exactly what she wanted in her web. And nobody tricked the masculine. The masculine chose it. So they didn't give you your props, they didn't give you your dues, they didn't give you your flowers. The Spirit keeps saying there's some really good stuff coming in, and I want to share those messages with you, but I understand we're in the dark time. There's a little bit of emotions to still kind of keep coming up and out. So what can I share? I'll share a little bit of my experience. Maybe a couple weeks ago, I had this feeling come up. I was kind of having something happen in my body, and I went in and I looked. And so I was having a little bit of like lung problems, right? It was like hard to take like a deep breath. It was very short and shallow. And I kind of like went in and I was like, what do you want to like share with me? And I realized that it was grief. And I was like, well, what am I grieving about? Because like everything seems to be going really great at this moment. I'm happy. I have like amazing friends, family. Like I love my support system. And I had this grief. And I was like, it must have been because of this one thing. I was like, I guess I haven't been dealing with my stuff. So I kind of went and I looked at it, and like nothing came up from it. No change happened. And I was like, well, that's weird. But what I was grieving was completely something totally different. And it was something that was in my everyday life, and I didn't realize that it was something so subtle that I had been like, oh, well, I guess that sucks, like it's not meant to be. But then my soul wanted it, and so I was kind of grieving this like one thing. And when I looked at it, I thought the grief was something from my past. And so that memory kind of always kind of like came back up. But once I realized I wasn't grieving that, I didn't have anything to that, it was so easy to let it go, because it was always there, because I'm like, I still have something I need to learn from this. I still need to learn from this. But I had learned everything I could from it. It was actually being present in the moment and listening to the body, how it acts up. At what moment was I not able to take a deep breath again? What kind of made me go into like a little bit of panic and like that energy? And once I did that, once I realized it, I was like, it was like you see like a thread and you can just like pick it up and it unravels whatever it was. And then you can move on to the next thing. But what I thought it was and what it was wasn't the same. But you do need to take this moment. I feel like this, out of every single card that ever came out on this reading, this is the answer for everyone. No matter who you are in the story, it's time to start dreaming big. It's time to let go of small thoughts about yourself, especially if you need someone else's validation to feel good about yourself. You feel good no matter what. If somebody gives you your flowers or not, your props, your dues, at the end of the day, you're still proud of yourself and you're still happy with what you have accomplished, and no one can take that from you, because I'm hearing you stand 10 toes down. Remember that Groot? Remember that Grooted tree? And so now that's kind of what they're showing me, is how, you know, the first one, and then the second one, he's just like a baby Groot. You might have been cut down, you might have had some things happen, but to take time to actually rest and recover and do the healing, that's the main thing. Do the answers, look within. What's the emotion that you're trying to avoid? Why are we being trapped onto this energy? And I almost feel like that's the past of like, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that. And it's like, that's not true. Just because someone else didn't want to help you, you get to help yourself now and move forward with spirit. Spirit, is there anything else that I need to talk about on here? This is a long reading today. But those other two readings, they've kind of been like still lingering. I feel like there's still more to come from it, but it's like, no matter what situation you are, you can't be on the other side pointing at the other person. Because I almost feel like this masculine be like, well, this feminine lied. She pretended she needed help, but she didn't need help all along. And it's like, well, No, she didn't. She was helping you. And then the feminine being like, you were supposed to help me. Like I just see a whole bunch of people being mad that they feel tricked or manipulated. But if you remove the other person from the equation, go where you're guided, do the inner shadow work, you're going to be with the right tribe that you're meant to be. I think that's it. Spirit keeps saying there is going to be this major split and not everyone gets to go on the same timeline as you. There's really cool, amazing things to come. And if you allow people from the past who never treated you correctly in on your abundance, well, you're going to squander your abundance. You're going to stay less than level. I'm hearing you'll always be like coming up for air. Remember that grieving me? I was like, I couldn't take that deep breath, and it was like, take a look at it. What is your feelings, your emotions trying to tell you? Because when you finally do that, that's when you really do take off all these masks and these blindfolds, and you can see that it was just small thoughts, that now because you have small thoughts, you've released those, that they're not affecting you. Little things, little words aren't, I see. I almost see someone just trying to like share their story, and by sharing their story, other people taking offense. And it's like, well, that I wasn't pointing at you. I wasn't blaming you. I was just talking and being open and authentic and communicating emotions, but other people not being able to receive it. And because they can't receive it, they always take things personally, and it's always, they make it about themselves. And so don't take that personally, right? It's a mirror. It's a reflection. Everybody's going to spin to exactly where they're meant to be when the next blessing comes. And I'm so excited for that reading. Come on, guys, let's do the work so that I can share that story. We'll leave it there. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.